It's Wednesday night, you know what time that is. It's BUCS Super Rugby. Hartpury take on Exeter with kickoff at 7 PM live, brought to you by Yoti. Welcome everybody from a bitterly cold Gloucestershire. Hartpury, the reigning champions, are taking on leaders and champions-elect Exeter in a Southwest derby. We're really lucky to be joined by Jamie Forrester, who is one of the Hartpury players. Unfortunately, he is literally hamstrung at the moment. He's going to give us a bit of insight. How are you, Jamie?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. How's the injury coming along?
Yeah, going fine. Fingers crossed, it should be all good for next week. Just a little pull at the moment. So, get back training soon.
Okay, so a bit of bad news for Jamie with the hamstring, but some good news is you made it into the England student side. You must be delighted.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a great honour for me to be involved in that, and hopefully we do a good job this year.
Yeah. So what's it going to be like linking up with some of the boys you've been going toe to toe with all year in Super Rugby?
Oh, I love it. You know, I love the word rugby and being involved with guys that we have to face on the pitch, and great to get to know them, great to know their personalities, and like last year, I get to know quite a few of the Exeter boys. So we're excited.
All right, good stuff. Okay, right. So we're a bit strapped for time, so we're going to rifle through it a little bit, but Hartpury, you haven't had the best success in defending your title this year. Bit of a slow start, but you had a massive win last week. Talk us through that and the conversations you had around Christmas time for this year.
Yeah, look, we had a really tough start. We came off the back end of a really good season for Hartpury College and Hartpury RFC. So look, it was tough for us to get through that little period where we weren't doing very well. We lost quite a few games on the bounce. But look, once we had won one, confidence started building again. We had a great performance last week. We sort of performed how we knew we could as a team. We've got a lot of injuries back now, so as well. Fingers crossed tonight that it goes well. But we've been training well, so looking good.
Looking good indeed. And so for you guys at home who missed it, this is the huge victory that they chalked up against title contenders Cardiff Met in a big away victory.
Knock-on advantage.
Ball's been loose, and a chance here for Hartpury to maybe pick up a score here, and they're going to be favourites to do so. What a start this will be for the away side. Underneath the posts, Sam leaving the scorer on the exact start the away side are looking for. George.
Penalty advantage, never onside.
Beaming.
12 and
Malik
5.
Holden, 5 tries for his name, looking for another 6, and it could be the second score! It is going to be a second score for Hartpury! What a start it is for the away side! Dwayne Burrows is over! 12 points to know their lead, and now Cardiff are on the back foot.
Very good transfer by Hartpury.
Right now they really are at the races. Look at this here, look at this is Holden. And there's going to be a third try, Burrows. Well, now this is a parade in Hartpury. They are raining on Cardiff's parade. And this could be a big dent to their title challenge. 3 tries to the good, and we've only played 11 minutes.
It was neck. I think it was red card.
You will see this from this angle. What do you think now?
We can quite clearly
I think
see.
it doesn't look so bad from
But
that
he actually
angle,
got six anyway in the
but
front.
I do still think it was a red card.
It's
think
5.
Well, alas, plenty of you to talk
Five
about at home.
boys.
Get in touch, in fact.
Five
Use the
managers
hashtag
got one.
BUCSSuperRugby.
5. Scrum half.
Do you agree with our referee's
When's the
assessment
scrum
on that one? He's gone. 14 a man for the next 10 minutes or so. And Cardiff on the mark with Don Bryant! Over! The comeback is on. And it is collected
More!
by Veloco.
7 out.
Now the nudge on, nudge forward. If Cardiff want anything, they need to get something here.
17 out.
Very important passage of play. They have had nothing in this second half, and they're trying to edge forward, edging forward, closer and closer and closer, and over!
12.
Game on! With under 10 minutes left to go. This sponsoring this BUCS Super Rugby. Myself and Adam are going to have a think now of who's the man of the match here. There's so many candidates, and especially if Hartpury can get another try here. Is this going to be game over? I think it is, because a try has been awarded. Referee may have just gone under the post. This is game, set and match to the away side, and Hartpury can restart their season. Looking for men to the right hand side to try and set up this consolation try. And they may do that. An excellent try again by Don Brandt. It's 4th of the season, 3rd. He's got a hat-trick. And surprising results that will cause shockwaves through the BUCS Super Rugby. They've taken it by 29 points to 19.
Okay, so that's a taste of what the men in red can produce. Again, a big win against Cardiff Met, who are a very well drilled team. But a little comment on tonight's opposition. You spent a little bit of time down at Taunton a couple of years ago, so a little bit of like enemy behind the lines. What do you have to say about this Exeter side?
Oh, look, this Exeter side are always good. They bring a lot of physicality. But look, I think we're ready for that tonight. We've developed a little game plan to try and get away from it. So look, if it goes to plan, we should be able to move their big boys around quite a bit and hopefully find some holes for our speedy backs.
Okay, so who specifically do you identify as the danger man for Exeter? Who are you looking to shut down?
Oh, well, obviously Ted Landry. I know Ted from last year, and he's a good player. He's a good ball player. A player like that, you really need to get in his face, try and give him as little time as you possibly can. And also Jamie McRae, also another strong boy, puts in some big shots. So try and keep him quiet tonight, and we'll have a bit of an easier task.
Yeah, hell of a player, James McRae, and he's in the back row with Felix Madison and Luke Pierre-Rieu. There's a great balance to that back row. Is that one part you're looking to shut down? Now you've got your captain, your talisman, Tom Pashley, in the number 6 jersey, but the Exeter back row as a unit are strong.
Oh, absolutely, they are. And look, we'll try and match that tonight. We'll try and get off the line as much as we can, make sure they're really good ball carriers. So let's try and not give them any space, chop them low, and then hopefully our Max and Pash can do a good job tonight. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Okay, right, well that's our 10 cents for the time being. We caught up with the coaches just before the game, so let's see what they had to say on the big clash on our hands tonight. So, Hayden Thomas, thanks for joining us. This is an old school Southwest derby against Hartpury. Does it make the fixture a little more tasty?
It does. I think Exeter and Hartpury got a good tradition of some battles over the years. I mean, I myself have played in them. It's brilliant university rugby games.
And the boys had a week off last week. Have you kept them busy and focused on today's fixture?
We just kept ticking over with training, and there was, there are other games as well with our Saturday side within the RFU league. So a few of them got to run out then, and I think some of them, needed that little bit of time off as well.
And Hartpury had a very big performance against Cardiff Met last week. Do you think that you're facing a different Hartpury to what came into the league at the end of 2017?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the league table, it's not a reflection of the quality team that Hartpury have got, and we're expecting a fierce battle here today, and we've got ultimate respect for Hartpury and what they're doing, and it's they're kind of ticking along now. They're gelling and they're hitting some form.
And last thing, you've got a little late change in the front row. Is that going to disrupt preparations at all for you guys?
No, we've rotated a lot of our squad this year as much as possible. So everybody's up with the system, so it shouldn't be a problem for us.
Excellent. Good luck tonight, Hayden.
Thank you.
Sean, huge win last week against Met. Confidence must be brimming in the camp approaching today's fixture.
Yeah, confidence was high, especially going into that game, because we finished 2017 off, Loughborough home, big win, and definitely the boys are up for it, which is good for us.
I know you're rebuilding a team for this season, but what conversations did you have at the end of 2017 to say, come on, let's start 2018 differently?
Well, I just think it was the boys getting used to the structures, getting used to the calls, also getting used to playing with each other, and sometimes it was fine margins, and it all came together last week, which was really nice to see, just the balance between the forwards and the backs. So the boys are playing well.
And there's a lot of consistency in your team selection this week compared to last week, which is something we didn't see in 2017 so much. Is it going to be a more concerted effort in the back end of the season?
Yeah, a lot of it was hampered by injuries as well last 2017. So injuries was a huge factor for us, and it's something that, well, the boys have had a good 2 weeks break over Christmas period, and they've come back really fresh.
And you've had a big club day, your seconds have won, your thirds have won. Support's going to be massive tonight.
Yeah, we always get a good support. It's a good club. We got the fourth team who didn't play today, so they're going to be coming down as well. And like I said, it's 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s at Hartpury today.
So looking for the clean sweep.
Yeah, that'd be nice, definitely.
Awesome. Wish you the best of luck. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Cheers.
They've got a more consistent team selection, and that's a confident gather there and an excellent tackle. Tom Everard, the Hartpury 8, securing possession. First carry there from Des Merry as well. 3 wins in the last 3 from Hartpury. It was a disaster start to the season with 4 successive defeats for them, having swept all before them in both the National League and the BUCS competition the year before. But they're just starting to gather momentum now. And what a test to that momentum. The league leaders, just 2 defeats for Exeter going into today as James McRae, the England student's number 8, sells the dummy and takes the contact. Ed Hooch in there with the white Under Armour on, marshalling things from 9 for Exeter. The last match for them, 31-21 victory against Durham, and that's a lovely inside ball there. The back row linking up, McRae finding Madison. Jack Rouse, the second row, carrying there. Chipped over by Morley, gathered well, and the mark called there by Elias Caven, the right winger. Top scorer for Hartpury this season, both in terms of points and tries. 6 tries and 42 points in total. That's cleared well up towards the halfway line, and we'll get the first look at the set piece here. Of course, this is a repeat of last year's final as well. Hartpury came out on top this time. Fantastic game, both in terms of the drama and the quality, as that's rumbled forward there by Ted Landry. Last week was the first time in 24 BUCS Super 8 matches that Landry didn't get himself on the score sheet. He'll be looking to put that right today. Carried forward by his centre partner Kelly. Jack Rouse with another carry. That's a few times he's got his hands on the ball there in the engine room. Next to him is Simon Linsell, the captain. Good period of possession here early on for Exeter, but Hartpury's defensive line standing strong and keeping them in that neutral zone around the halfway line as George Gosling puts the hands on it. 6 tries for the hooker this year as well. Referee Sharp to blow the whistle there, played the advantage. It wasn't going anywhere, so a first opportunity for Exeter to really get some territory here. The wind's died down a little bit, so I wonder whether or not we're going to get a shot at goal here. No, instead we're going to go for touch. A little bit earlier today the wind was quite stiff, blowing towards the right hand side of your screen, but it's died down as the nights progress. But it is bitterly, bitterly cold here in Hartpury this evening. If you were watching at the top of the show, you'll have seen Joe and Jamie. Well, Jamie a lot more sensible. He had the gloves and the hat on. Hopefully they found somewhere warm to watch the first half before you hear from them in the second. First line out of the match secured by Exeter as they drive into the 22. Their first visit into the 22 of the first half. Hartpury yet to have a touch, and this is looking promising for the league leaders. "15 metres out in front of the sticks. Hooching goes to the right, it's driven forward by Rio. Again, Rouse gets his hands on the ball. Advantage coming here. So a free shot at it for Exeter. Hooching's in there again. Back into the 22. Kelly out to Thorne, brought down 6 metres from the line, right on the left flank. McRae. Again, they go to the blind side. Oh, that's a great lift there, though, from the back rower, Tom Pashley. Important tackle from him to temporarily stop the momentum, at least. Luke Pierroux puts his head down. It's good quick ball, though. Another penalty, though. It's good defence from Hartpury to keep the Exeter attack out. But pressure really building here, and good patience from the league leaders. Well, with 3 points on offer, they fancy a go at this. That one kicked towards the building site. Another fantastic sports facility well underway here at Hartpury. But this, an excellent spell of pressure here from Exeter. And a real test of Hartpury's resolve. Those last 3 victories have come against Cardiff, Met, Loughborough and Durham. 29-19, 15-7 and 25-23 respectively. Such a competitive division, this. With the exception of Nottingham Trent, who've found it a little bit difficult in their debut season. It's been some very competitive rugby. Exeter secure it again. Simon Linsell, the captain, goes up and they're driving towards the line. Inside 5 metres now. Aaron Coombs has got his hands on it. He was a last-minute call-up, replacing Josh Peters. Another penalty. Pressure really building here on Hartpury. What are we going to see this time? A discussion between the forwards. Putting the work in the engine room at the moment. Dom Thorne there hanging out on the left-hand side, waiting for the opportunity to attack that space. Again, it goes to the captain, Linsell. Hartpury set as Exeter look to come forward again towards the 5 metre line. Referee instructing, well, 2 metres short now. Is this the opportunity? Huchin tells them where he wants them. Carried forward by Luke Pierroux. It's the captain, Linsell, towards the line, and he's over. That's the opening try. 8 minutes of pressure from Exeter, and the deadlock is broken. The captain, Simon Linsell, he's secured good line-out ball. And the first time he's got his hands on the ball in open play, he opens the scoring. It's Exeter 5, Hartpury 0. Well, it was good, organised, disciplined play from Exeter. Very often in these situations, we see teams get a little bit excited, but the scrum half, Huchin, did well. It was a good line from Linsell. And used that size and power to get over the line and give the away team the lead. The easiest of conversions for Ted Landry, and he gets off the mark early, making it 24 out of 25 BUCS Super matches he's now scored in. And taking his own personal tally up to 87 for the season. So we're coming up to the opening 10 minutes here of this BUCS Super Rugby match in association with Yoti. Hartpury looking to respond here from going a score down. They've not really had their hands on the ball, but it's gathered there by Tom Everard, the number 8. Goes in field to Malik Holden. It's Good defensive pressure from Exeter. Straight up there, Jack Rouse, he's had a busy opening 10 minutes. Box kick into space there from George. Exeter let it bounce, but it bounces kindly. And gather it on that left touchline. Madison in there playing scrum half. It's head down work from the back row again. Hutchins back in there. Ed Hutchin not in a rush to do anything, controlling this game at the moment. Puts that one down the throat of Everard, and another good defensive chase there from Exeter. Southern with the carry, and it's cleared. Again, it's allowed to bounce before it's gathered and chipped forward. Easy one for Holden to gather. Shoveled on by Sam Leeming, and Hartpury putting themselves under a little bit of pressure just outside the 22. It's been knocked forward as well. And the referee's going to bring them back for the knock on. Well, it's been a fantastic start from Exeter, of course. So much travelling to be done in this Super 8. The last match was a home win to Durham. That's some coach journey, that is. Durham to Exeter. It's no surprise that their last defeat was away to Northumbria. So coming up to Gloucestershire, well, that's a lovely afternoon out for this BUCS Super Rugby match in association with Yoti. A good crowd gathered here. We'll expect that to grow a little bit later as well, because there's a first team football match that goes on just behind this ground, and that kicks off at 6:30. Of course, with the seconds and thirds already winning today at Hartpury, and the fourths not playing, they're out in force in full voice. However, the Exeter 15 doing a great job of keeping them quiet at the moment, because we're nearly 13 minutes in. Hartpury have not had an attacking venture into the Exeter half yet. Picked up at 8 and they go blind. Lovely step off the right foot for Salamboge. Jack Rouse powers towards the 22, but in comes Luke Stratford with a big tackle. A collision from the front rower. Suggestion of a high tackle there. The referee again playing advantage. This will be another opportunity for Exeter. There goes the try scorer, Linsell. Tackled well by Max Clementson, the open side. And Bogey. And it's Tom Pashner with a fierce tackle. 2 or 3 big hits from the number 6 already. Hutchin. Yeah, missing up men in the midfield. Lovely ball to the hooker, George Gosling. He's a try threat, of course. He's got a hat-trick against Nottingham Trent. Chipped in behind, looking for the run of Dom Thorne. The referee's going to bring them back for the previous advantage. It is all Exeter at the moment. And the ball chipped back into the corner they came from. Ted Landry. 1 from the tee for him. The easiest of conversions from that Linsell try. And this, another attacking line out for the league leaders. Good ball again from George Gosling. Linsell looked it beautifully so far this evening as we approach 15 minutes in this BUCS Super Rugby in association with Yoti. Round 14 match towards the try line for Exeter. They're over it, and it's another try. Dominance from the champions elect here. 2 ventures into the 22 and 2 5-pointers. Hartpury need to get their hands on the ball here, because otherwise this one could be out of sight. Let's take another look at this. Ball in the hands of the hooker at the back. He makes it 7 for the season. Always good to have an attacking threat in the front row. George Gosling, 7 tries in this BUCS Super 8 season. Brilliant return from him.
Really well stuck in there. Good process, but let's try and go forward earlier.
And here's the chance to make it 14. Here comes Landry. And that one just drifts away. So the extra's not added, however, Exeter looking very, very comfortable here. Hoochin marshalling proceedings from 9. The pack looking very, very comfortable. Both tries coming from type 5 forwards. Linsell with the first, crashing over. A lovely set piece there from the hooker. George Gosling makes it 7 for the season for him. Back underway, no real pressure on the catch there from Hartpury. Again, Hoochin just taking his time. Tells the pack exactly where he wants them, and despite the attention of Pashley, up goes the box kick. Good chase as well. The scrum half George brought down on the halfway line. In steps Holden at scrum half duties. So work to be done here for Hartpury. That's a good start. Chance for them to kick for some territory here. Over 17 minutes gone and they're yet to visit the opponent's 22. This will be the first chance we've had to look at their line-up there. Steady clearance there from Sam Leeming. He scored 12 points himself in last week's 29-19 victory over Cardiff Met. Distracted then with the arrows. Oh, and there's a hand on it there, disrupted by Exeter. Hartpury aware they want to beat, but they don't have the ball. Oh, lovely hands from Exeter, confidence flowing through their game at the moment. Jack Rouse carrying, clearing the danger temporarily to outside the 22. Carried by Madison. Towards the halfway line. A good step by Caven. He's snaffled out. Show and go from Stratford, up over the halfway line. Puts boot to ball. There's a chase on this, but that's another good mark. Pressure there from Nick Carpenter. Plenty of length on that clearing kick from Exeter, but no real chase on it. That one will hang in the end. That's a fantastic take from Holden. Well, that was remarkable. Was definitely second favourite to get there, and that's a lovely dab to touch as well. Finally, we see some life from Hartpury. They're back inside the 22. They'll have to put pressure on the line out here. But what a take that was from the up and under. Approaching 20 minutes here. A little bit of pressure on Exeter, but again, they look so confident with that line out. Linsell goes up in the middle. And Hoochin puts boot to ball. Caven takes it. Good step from him, and he's just snaffled there by Dom Thorne. Gets a handful of shirt, enough to slow him down. defence from the pack in the middle. Stratford finds Clementson. Oh, that's a big shoulder as well. Front row's going at it. Alex Gibson this time with the carry. Little show and go from the scrum half, and a good supporting line as well inside the 22 for Hartpury. First time they've been there with any kind of intent. Lovely footwork as well, good support lines. This is dangerous. Just 5 metres out now, looking for their first score of the match. That's a big line there from Pashley, brought down 3 metres from the line. Strong defence though from Exeter. But a lot of work to do here if they're going to keep that 0 on the scoreboard. Big strength there from Gibson, barges forward, but he's brought down. Fuller. Stratford for the line, scrambles over, and Hartpury are back in it. He's been busy in these opening 20 minutes. He's been dishing it out in defence, and he had the opportunity to rumble forward there and get Hartpury's first score of the match. The deficit is down to 7. Hartpury 5, Exeter 12. Well, this was much better from Hartpury. Forwards attacking the line with pace. So Pashley there charging forward, followed by Fuller. And all of a sudden they had the bit between their teeth. They looked like they wanted the ball. Gibson. You see Stratford there just hanging out. They arrived just in time to see the flags go up, so that one was converted, and the gap is now just 5 points. And Hartpury needed that as well, the growing confidence, because they spent 15 minutes starved to possession. Exeter looking so comfortable, happy to slow the game down. But that all stems from that fantastic take from the up and under. And Hartpury, with ball on the front foot, look a completely different proposition. Hartpury 7, Exeter 12 here. As we approach the second quarter of this BUCS Super Rugby in association with Yoti. The left peg of Sam Morley to get us back underway then. Choosing to go deep with this one. How will Exeter respond? They've come here with a game plan, and they are certainly not in a hurry. They know they've got the scrum half in the pack to control this match. They can keep hold of the ball, play territory, and nullify that likely Hartpury attack. And that's what they'll be hoping will be enough to see them home. Again, excellent ball in the line out. Referee communicating well too. Doing a good job of keeping control in the first 24 minutes here. Well, that's good news for Hartpury as well. They've been on the back foot in the forwards. They've managed to disrupt that, and all of a sudden they find themselves in this rugby match. If I'm not mistaken, 24 minutes in, this is actually our first look at the scrum here. Plenty of quality in both front rows. And a few England student selections as well. Luke Stratford, Alex Gibson in the training squad from Hartpury. George Gosling, the hooker, the try scorer today from Exeter in the England student squad too. As is Josh Peters, who misses out this evening. He was originally due to start in that front row, but Jack Strong moved from 3 to 1, and Aaron Coombs comes in last minute at 3. Well, you'll notice our clock has stopped in the bottom corner. However, we're not linked in with the referee's watch, so it is an estimate. It's usually pretty accurate. However, when you see it strike 40 and 80 and go red, if it's a tight one, don't get too excited. We'll be playing to the whistle. Jack Strong there getting a little bit of medical attention. It's hard work in that front row. He looks set to continue. So you see the front rows go face to face for the first time. Strong, Gosling and Coombs for Exeter, Mary Stratford and Gibson for Hartpury. Both hookers already on the score sheet. And now it's time for the real business.
Oh,
they've got a good eye for Alex Gibson's fun bits there. That's a steady scrum for the home team, dabbed over the top. And that's in no man's land as well. How will the bounce go? Oh, Exeter have just managed to get hands on that. That was dangerous. Good forward thinking there from Hartpury. Trying to make things happen. They certainly look the more creative of the two teams when they've got the ball in hand. Styles make matches, and it's a really interesting clash of styles here. However, Exeter have shown that they're not scared to run from deep, and Salam Bogey now, with support from Ted Landry, throws the dummy into the 22. He's got support from Dom Thorne, who's brought down. It's an excellent chase from Hartpury. James McRae well into the 22. Hartpury at 1s and 2s in defence here, but that's an excellent recovery tackle there to stop Mboghe. And they might have just had enough time to recover here as Luke Pierre-Riou charges forward. Excellent tackle there to bring down Riou. Rouse again, well tackled by Faulkner. Riou with another carry. Very busy back row forward, loves getting his hands on the ball. Linsell back inside the 22. Kieran Kelly. Well, Hartpury have done well to stem the tide here after that fantastic break from Mboghe. Riou again makes his way into the 22. That's 3 or 4 carries in the last 90 seconds from him. As lovely footwork from Sam Morley. Shoots the ball inside. Gets in and plays scrum half this time as McRae finds the contact. Hoochin finds the try scorer Linsell. He's back in there, desperate to get quick ball as well. Ball over the top from the wraparound. Chance to attack the corner here. Himbrey brought down a couple of metres short. The forwards queuing up here. Jack Rouse 5 metres out. Some big men in the middle here. He'll shore it up. Not a lot of back options to the left. Madison. Gosling. And the mistake comes. We praised Exeter's composure the first time they were in that situation, but the ball gone forward there. There was an offside, the referee spots the penalty, and again Exeter, they turn down the 3 points, they want the corner, they want the scores. And of course they know the longer they spend in this part of the field, the more difficult it'll be for Hartpury to unleash those attacking weapons. I praised Exeter's ability to play the game at their own pace earlier, slowing it down by Ed Hoachim, frustrating Hartpury. Boy oh boy, did they show the quality there with that lightning quick counter-attack. Not scared to run the ball from deep. Salam Bogey breaking the tackle, good support from Ted Landry. And this is where they find themselves. As we approach the half-hour mark here, this BUCS Super Rugby in association with Yoti. It's round 14. Exeter leading by 5 points. Have a line out here, 5 metres out. Gosling, the hooker, it's on the second row. Been bulletproof so far in the line out. And despite the pressure from Hartpury, it's a successful combination again. Ball's at the back again with Gosling. Drifting sideways but still just about forwards. The scrum half Huchin wants to get his hands on the ball now, but they're still going towards the try line. They're close. They like it. The referee says held up. He was in a good position. And Hartpury dig in and hold that Exeter forward pack out. Let's take another look at this. Is it Tom Everard there, the number 8? He just was giving big attention there to George Gosling and just slowed him up enough as he was looking to peel to the right and get his second try of the match. The danger not clear. Scrum on the 5 metre with plenty of field to play with. And it comes from Huchin. And it's dropped down. And the referee says that it's Exeter's fault. Jubilation from the Hartpury pack. Fantastic work from the front row as well. That is a huge effort from the Hartpury forward pack. First of all to prevent the try, and secondly to win the scrum. Well, they'll get a huge amount of belief from that. Big opportunity missed from Exeter, and now Hartpury will have the throw in at the line out, close to the halfway line. And we talk about momentum in these games. Could that be a moment where the momentum swings? Exeter with that 5-point lead. And Hartpury, after being shell-shocked and going 12-0 down and being dominated in every area of the field, now look like they have some belief in the team. Alex Gibson back to Luke Stratford, marching forward as George waits, but Stratford still has it and really dishes out some left hand there to Ed Huchin. Wasn't particularly interested in making the tackle there, and who can blame it? Has to do well to slow the ball down. Short ball there from the scrum half. Chance to run it now. Sam Leeming switches inside to Holden. Gibson. Lovely step inside this time from Robbie Faulkner. Ball spills out. The referee goes back for the advantage. Possible opportunity to go for goal here and reduce the deficit to just 2 points. That's exactly what they were going to do. It looked as though the referee was gesturing towards the posts there. Instead, they're going for the corner. Two very confident sides here. Good conditions for the kicking. As I mentioned, no wind, it's pretty dry out there. Both teams have confidence that they can get the 5s, not the 3s. And that's an excellent kick to take Hartpury to 5 metres out. Luke Stratford with the throw, gathered well at the front of the line-out, and this a chance for Hartpury to play Exeter at their own game here. Stratford has ball in hand, and George desperate to get the Exeter defenders out of the way. Still Stratford. He's taken his knee down now though. Hartpury will have to find another way. Oh, but this time Exeter turn the screw and turn the ball over. Well, we've had the same situation at both ends here. Forward packs in defence, saving try-scoring opportunities. A couple of minutes ago we spoke about momentum, and is it changing? It could well be. But Exeter have certainly paused it. We've got just under 5 minutes to go until half-time here in this BUCS Super 8 in association with Yoti match. The champions against the league leaders. It's every bit as exciting as we thought it might be. A fantastic start from Exeter. They went 12-0 up, but Hartpury have fought their way back into this match. And Exeter in possession with a little bit of work to do here. Plenty more action going on in the league this evening. Leeds Beckett entertain Loughborough. Cardiff Met have made the journey up to Durham. And of course we're bringing you 2 live matches this week as well. Don't we spoil you. As well as this Hartpury versus Exeter spectacle, you can tune in on Friday as Bath travel to Team Northumbria. Make sure you join us for that. McRae does well there. He's nearly over his own try line when he took that one, but he's taken it up to 7 metres. Half-touch boot to ball. There was a big attempt at a charge down there, but now Hartpury with open field to run into. Caven, great footwork from him into the 22. Step round 3 or 4 defenders there before being brought down. Have Hartpury got a try in them before half-time? Lovely line there and well brought down. Exeter scrambling in defence and Hartpury looking to put some width on it. Faulkner brought down. Sam Leeming carries it and then finds a big forward to take the contact. Ashley there with his hair tied back, wanted it, but it's come back. It's all a little bit headless chicken stuff from Hartpury at the moment as they look to force the opening to get them back into this match. They're inside the 22 though. And most importantly, they still have the ball. The front rowers combine as Des Merry takes the ball into the 22. That's a bit of a loose one, but Leeming gathers it. Finds Faulkner. Leeming's the first one there as well, so Caven's going to have to play scrum half. Tom Everard on the right-hand side, 10 metres from the line. Leeming, good footwork from him, but there's no one on the shoulder, as it looked like it could open up for a second. Carpenter. Well, 38 minutes gone here, it'd be a great time to score, and not rolling away. This is pretty much a gimme 3 points. And are Hartpury going to take the chance? Yes, they are, to close the gap to 2 points. Spent a lot of time in attacking positions. And with Exeter's defence looking pretty sharp, it would be very wasteful not to come away with anything. Leeming, 1 from 1 in the match so far. He converted Stratford's try. The flags go up and the gap is just 2 points. What a match this is turning into. Hartpury 10, Exeter 12. Our clock ticking towards 40 minutes, but I think I overheard Leeming say 4 left before half-time, so still plenty of meat left on the bone in this first half. Nearly goes long with the restart, returned with interest and a chance for McRae to stretch his legs here. He's not been contact shy, and Tom Pashley's made the tackle. Very busy defensive first half, Tom Pashley. Back row battle really shaping up ahead of the second half as the captain Linson carries forward. He's not brought down, Hartpury just back off and he can make another 10 or 12 metres there. So a little bit loose there, and Nogue couldn't clean it up. So instead, Don Thorne does the hard yards, but that's spilled out. Quick check of the watch from the referee. The medical staff on to have a quick look at Tom Pashley. The way he puts his body in the line of fire. In fact, it's not Tom Pashley, they're looking at the tour. However, the way he puts his body in the line of fire, I wouldn't be surprised if he has to get plenty of medical attention over the season. In his interview before the match, Sean Lynn said that they've been allowed to have a little bit more consistency as the team have got used to the style of play. It's a new team, many fresh faces from the team that swept all that came before them last season. Exeter arrived this evening, they walk into the clubhouse and they're greeted by two trophies side by side, either side of a red Hartpury shirt. One of them, a National League One trophy. Phenomenal achievement for a team like Hartpury. Undefeated season in National One. Holding their own in the Championship as well. Plenty of those players end up featuring in this division as well. It really does show the strength of the BUCS Super Rugby division in association with Yoti. And Exeter, having conceded 10 unanswered points, might have another chance for an attack just before half-time as Dom Thorne drifts sideways before taking the contact. And bogey's the first there, as well as Max Himbry. Back three, linking up well to secure good ball as McRae takes the contact. Linson chopped down at the knees. Deft little touch to the corner. There's no one at home. All depends on the bounce, and it's actually taken in. Oh, the referee's bringing them back there. I thought that could have been dragged in by Malik Holden, which would have been a great line-out position for Exeter. But instead, the referee has blown for half-time. Very interesting first half here. Exeter flew out of the gates. 2 early tries for a 12-0 lead. Hartpury showed a little bit of magic for the first score, and the penalty was the last score of the half. Just 2 points in it here. A brilliant game. Hartpury 10, Exeter 12. Let's hear from Joe on the sidelines.
have a finely poised game here at Hartpury College. The green machine came out in 5th gear and exerted the pressure very, very early, racing into a 12-point lead. But inch by inch, Hartpury have exerted the brakes on the Devonian side to bring it back to 10-12 at half time. Jamie, what do you make of that 40?
Yeah, look, really slow start for us. But look, I think we had a really big scrum, sort of 10 minutes to go. We got the turnover. Look, good play, a really important part of the game. Sort of 10 minutes to go. It was really good for us to get a couple more points before going to half time. 12-10. Anyone's game now. Game on.
Yeah, you spoke before the game that you were looking to drag Exeter's big boys around the park, maybe tie them up, but you're not afraid to take them up front as well. You had a shot at goal, declined and went for the corner and went for the drive. It didn't come off, but you fancied against it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've got to have a crack. We had to score tries. I think hopefully in the next half we'll start moving them around a bit more, start using the ball a bit more, and just trying to create a bit more holes for us.
Okay, well, as I said, it was an ominous start for the men in red when Exeter came out of the traps 100 miles an hour. We're going to take a look at some of these tries. I'm sorry you're going to have to live through this start, Jamie, but if you can just talk us through what went on these. You got the Exeter first try here from Simon Linsell.
Yeah, so a real good field position, quite tough to defend there. Just two men for the win for the chop there and completely missed. That's some poor defence and not going to be a nice one to look over for the boys. I think they almost tackled each other there. So just got to make sure they spot their man there and just get the connection, the tackle.
And then on to the second try here.
Simple driving more. Look, it's always tough to defend those when you're playing against such a big unit. But look, we've done a lot of work in the weeks trying to make sure we get this right. So boys would be really upset with that. And look, hopefully going into the second half we can really sort it out in the shed now and come on and make sure that doesn't happen again.
But then, better times. Stratford, who's been everywhere for you, crashes across the line after a massive carry from Pashley. He's really leading the charge for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he went down there for a second. We were all a bit worried, but he got up and he's fighting on. And yeah, Lukey with a great line to finish the try off there. Look, that's how we want to play. We want to keep the ball moving quickly. Let's try and move these big boys around and really have a go at them.
Yeah, so when you've had the ball, you've looked very dangerous. We were just chatting off camera before that you said you need the ball because you want to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, our game plan is revolved around moving the ball as much as we can and sort of getting into those open wide spaces, eating up the meters, and then send our big boys through the middle. Look, hopefully we get the ball a bit more in the second half, so we can show that to you guys and hopefully have another good second half.
Yeah, there's a lot of invention from your backline. The Exeter defence is very well drilled. It's like a lot of 2-up hits, very difficult to break down. There's been some success with chips over the top. Is that a tactic you've spoken of about employing?
Yeah, look, it's a sort of on-field decision that defences change as the game goes on. So it's obviously a good vision for someone out there to decide to do the little chips over where there is space. But look, as a backline, we want to be creative. We want to try and test our opponents in every single way. Try and make them move, and those one-on-one tackles is what we want. Let's have a crack at each other.
Okay, so that's the attack cover, but your defence has been very good. There was obviously that missed tackle there on Linsell going through the middle. These things can happen, but you mentioned 2 players going in for them. That's something that seems to be a feature. 2-up hits on the big players that are trying to come through the middle. James McRae, who we spoke of, and Luke Pierre Rieu, they're real target men for Exeter that you guys are also targeting.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's all of them. We've always had a culture of get off the line and make your hit. It happened there. We had about a 5-minute period where Exeter were up in our half, and there was some really good defence there. Big shots coming in, and that's what we want. We want everyone getting off the line and not giving them time to play. And as you saw with Ted there in the halfway through the half, give him a bit of time, but it's hard to defend. Let's hope the boys come off the line again and make their shots big time.
Okay, and then, so what message is Sean Lynn going to be delivering in that changing room? Is it going to be just structured messages, or is it going to be head banging, getting the blood pumping?
Oh no, absolutely. It'll be a bit of both. But I think for Lenny and our coaching staff, it'll be right. What do we need to do to get out there and win? They'll give us our aims, our objectives, and we've got to go out and deliver for them. And at Cardiff Met last week, that's what we did. We went out into the shed. We had our messages and we delivered what we needed to do. So yeah, I'm not sure what they'll be saying, but hopefully it's getting the structure right, and let's have a crack at them. Let's start moving them around.
Yeah, the boys are up for it, that's for sure. Okay, well look, it's 10-12 here at the moment, but there are other games unfolding on this BUCS Super Wednesday. We're going to bring up some of the latest results for you at the moment. Obviously, we've got the big game, Northumbria against Bath, which we will be covering live on Friday night, so make sure you tune in for that. But up in the northeast, their neighbours Durham, who are sitting in 8th, who just can't buy a win at the moment. They had such a tense draw against Leeds Beckett last week. They are 7-17 down to Cardiff Met, who are looking to bounce back after the defeat against Hartpury last week. As you can see, Hartpury over here with 10-12 and Leeds Beckett. Is it a classic? Doesn't look like it at 3-5 against Loughborough. But Leeds Beckett, they really, really need a win if they're going to keep the heat on Exeter at the top. We'll do our best to keep you abreast of all those scores throughout the game, just as the teams are beginning to run out here at Hartpury. So, just remains to be said, head on the chopping block. Jamie, who's going to win this one?
I'll go with Hartpury, absolutely. Let's hope it comes out right, and hope it goes well.
Right, you heard it here from the man himself. Hartpury are going to come back with a victory, but they have work to do. They have a 2-point deficit to overcome, and in Exeter, who've been starved of possession in the second half of that first half, they'll be looking to fly out the blocks again in this second and deciding 40. With the results as they are, a win here could really set them on the road to the title and become unassailable. So I'm going to throw you up to the voice of the game. It's Dave, and he's going to talk you through this scintillating next 40.
Exeter, the first team out, ready for the second half. Hartpury finally joined the party, which is very much a metaphor for the first 40 minutes. Exeter went 12-0 up, then Hartpury arrived in style. There's now just 2 points in it. Hartpury looking to continue their league-leading 3-game winning streak. And that man, Sam Morley, looking to guide Exeter home to maintain their position at the top of the table. Finalists in the last 2 seasons. The team that beat them last year are currently standing to the right of your screen. The year before, they won an absolute thriller against Loughborough. They dominated the match, but the scoreline was tight. And we are underway. Hartpury need a big start here. Because Exeter's style in the first half just meant they could ease their way into the game. A brilliant way of approaching an away game. Sam leaving. Right foot, boots clear, and that's well gathered on the flank. That is opposite number, Morley. Carried infield and broken free there by the fullback Mboge into the 22. The second clean break from him. So dangerous running at a broken defence, and now it's Exeter on the front foot. Max Himbry steps off the right foot into the 22. Runs into a bit of trouble as he's brought down by Everard. But this is exactly the start that Exeter wanted. James McRae inside the first minute. That's a brilliant finish from the number 8. We spoke before the match about the dangers he could pose. The England students back rower. It was brilliant from Mboge, but look at that dummy. The deftest of touches and the step off the left foot. Powers through the scrum half, Ben George, and that is the perfect start for the away team. Well, it was slow, steady, patient play at the beginning of the first half from Exeter. That was explosive. and the leaders once again 7 points. Ted Landry adds the extras as well. And Hartpury will be shell-shocked. That all started with a fantastic break in midfield from Mboge. The first tackle was missed, and he had the power to surge into the 22. And from then on, Hartpury were on the back foot. James McRae licked his lips as well. And as much as they love smashing it up, he will absolutely revel in the fact that he put a step on inside the 22 and went in from there. Brilliant try from the back rower. Exeter now with a lead of just more than a score as well. Oh, and that's a mistake. Tom Everard didn't quite get his feet in the right position, never really gave himself a chance of catching that one. Was well aware there was a good chase on from Exeter. And this not what the home team need at all. Everard not attacking that catch at all. And we're going to take another look at that mistake in midfield. Speculative kick, plenty of hang time on it, plenty of opportunity. You can just see there Tom Everard just misjudging it, not getting his body behind it, always reaching. Of course, when you know that there's a big green wall coming towards you, any seed of doubt in the mind. James McRae, well, he fancies it now, doesn't he? He makes an easy 10 metres there. Jack Rouse with another carry. Dabbed into the corner there, making Ben George chase, and he does well, but he's well hunted down by Mboge. Brought down 5 metres from the line. He can present it, and Clemenson's there to put his head down and relieve some pressure of his own. Ben George with the box kick. Going to go straight out on the full, and Exeter will have the throw in on the far side, about 30 metres from the try line. Pretty much the perfect start here from the visitors, exactly what they'd have wanted. This time Ryu is the option in the line out, and that's a great line from his back row partner Madison. Attacked that at pace, and he's brought down. Here's the try scorer McRae. Has to hit the brakes a bit this time, but finds a second win with that leg drive. Tom Pashley's in there again, causing havoc in defence. Lovely step from Sam Morley. Hartpury made a change in the front row. Mike Daniels there wearing number 18. Very experienced at this level. McRae. Oh, he's well tackled there. Big defence from Hartpury. Madison. Pierre takes it in. Mboge looking to step off that left foot. Doesn't beat the first tackle this time though. It's Rob Fuller who brings him down. Strong, driven backwards. Lindsell, the captain, brought down on the right flank. Again, Hartpury stemming the flow of defence, but struggling to get their hands on the ball. Now could it open up? Kieran Kelly. And the mistake there, one of the rare mistakes from the scrum half. He steadied the ship very well, but that just caught him a little bit by surprise. And good disciplined defence from Hartpury. There were a few times where that really could have opened up for Exeter, and another score would make life very, very difficult for the hosts. Well, the first break in play for what has been a pretty relentless 7 minutes of the second half. We've had the try from McRae, a brilliant finish that all came from a Salem bogey surge into the Hartpury 22. And the opening 7 minutes of the second half, very much like the opening 7 minutes of the first. Exeter controlling possession, controlling territory, and Hartpury tackling well. As they make another change in the second row. Doesn't look like too much of an injury concern. There's such a physical division though. A lot of the time the medical staff seem to spend as much time on the pitch as the players. If you'd like to keep up to date with the live results, then do follow the hashtag. It's BUCS Super Rugby. And if you are tuning in, thank you so much for joining us in this BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti. The other fixtures this evening: Leeds Beckett versus Loughborough. Loughborough had a narrow lead at half-time there. Durham versus Cardiff met as well. And of course, you can join us for Team Northumbria versus Bath. Friday night live. So much good quality rugby for you to tune into. 2 matches in a week as well. Anyway, after that short interlude, we are back in the action. Hartpury. Again, solid scrum from the hosts. Big celebrations and smiles as well. Luke Stratford there. Big smile on his face. Try scoring front rower. It's been at the heart of most things as well. See that shaggy hair hitting the breakdowns. Lee Mink puts boot to ball, doesn't find touch though, and despite losing his footwork, and Bogey gathered that well. Lee Mink goes 22 to 22. Holden returns with interest, and that's a good kick as well. Nursed it into touch. Stratford the first man there, but I'm not entirely sure that was a chase. Often with that end-to-end kicking, you find the front row is in no man's land. 10 minutes gone here in this BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti. And of course, Exeter being top of the league and Hartpury gathering this momentum with 3 wins in the last 3 matches. Who's to say that these two couldn't meet in the latter stages as well? Tom Everard there reaching over the top, looking to cause some trouble, but Exeter come back with it. That's an easy gather for Malik Holden. Pink boots at full back. Not necessarily the cleanest strike at that one, and it's gathered by Thorne, who hammers it forward. Exchanging with Holden again. Finds the standoff Leeming. First time we've really had any kick tennis. Akeel Smith this time. Not a particularly clean strike on the ball, but he finds touch. And again, Exeter will have the chance to gather momentum with a set piece. Quiet evening for Akeel Smith. Former Hull Ionians player. brought that National League experience to this division, and with the ball in hand can be very dangerous, but not had the chance this evening. Exeter, however, looking to mix things up here, and they're going to attack his wing. That's a lovely kick as well, and some goalkeeper work from Holden. Almost came rushing out to close the space like Peter Schmeichel in the 90s. Did well to snuff out the danger with Akil Smith out of position. Was well spotted by Morley with the chip, and again Exeter exactly where they want to be. Line out 10 metres out. Referee just organising the two forward packs. The officials done an excellent job this evening. Speaking of excellent jobs, George Gosling has been flawless in the line out, and that continues. Not the cleanest catch, but does come back on a green side. Jack Rouse driven back to the 22, but Exeter still in possession. Not necessarily hitting their straps. Quicker lift of the defensive line from Hartpury that time. McRae with the carry. Madison this time. Morley with the step, but brought down, and it's another penalty to Exeter. The referee giving them 10 as well. And again they go for the corner, looking to stretch that 9-point lead. And the whole time what this is doing is strangling Hartpury, just stifling their creativity. Their opening two scores came from a result of positions like this. Another clean line out. Gosling joins the drive at the back. Referee's arms out for advantage as well. This very much a purple patch for the visitors. Looking to put some width on it this time. Is there space out wide? Oh, it's a loose pass from Mbogi. Hartpury had recovered well, and Malik Holden was there. A little bit of frustration there, I think, with the loose pass, and perhaps the Hartpury lads reminding him that it wasn't particularly efficient use of the ball. Let off for Hartpury then. But there was advantage coming, so Exeter will have another opportunity, and they'll do exactly the same again. Confidence running through this team. When you've got a set piece like that, why not? Again, Gosling with the ball at the back. Already one try in this match, 7 for the season, and he's got the ball in his hand here as they make their way towards the try line. The referee in a good position. Hartpury holding up for now. The ball's down again. It's another score for Exeter. Their forward pack and set piece so efficient, so powerful, and now they've got a 2-score lead. A dominant 15 minutes in the second half, as it was in the first. It's Exeter 24, Hartpury 10. 4 tries for the league leaders, and it is a long way back for the hosts. Again, efficient work going towards the try line. Simon Linsell, the captain, gets in there, manages to get his hands on the ball, and he's the one that dots down 2 tries for him. A real captain's performance. And well, certainly in attacking positions, it's a night of feet up for the backs, because the forwards putting in some serious graft. certainly looking as though they're going to be guiding Exeter to another victory. Ted Landry adds the extras. It's been another successful night with the boot for him. Hartpury need a response. Well, a few changes for Hartpury. Luke Stratford, the hooker, comes off to be replaced by Tom Hurd. Harry Agnew, wearing number 20, also takes the field. Some fresh legs are going to have to make an impact here. The second half, almost an exact carbon copy of the first, and here we go. Straight away, Agnew having an impact, receiving the kickoff, and Hartpury into the 22. Leeming finds Carpenter. The former Bristol man makes his way into the 22 for the hosts. Little chip for the corner, but that's well gathered, and the opportunity wasted. Exeter not happy that Hartpury were 10 metres there. That's a little bit short-sighted from Hartpury, but of course they rely on the explosive nature of the game. That was how they blew so many teams away last season, both in the BUCS competition and in the National League. But Exeter have arrived with a fantastic game plan and have managed to stifle that from start to finish. Lovely flat ball there for Tom Everard to attack. A little bit loose there, but Akeel Smith picks up the pieces, goes backwards to go forwards, and nearly manages to get away. Didn't have anyone on the shoulder. Just in those moments there, shows how dangerous he can be. There's another Exeter player down. It's getting a little bit of attention. Approaching the hour mark here. As I started to say, before Harry Agnew managed to gather that kickoff, the second half a carbon copy of the first. 2 scores inside the opening 15 minutes for Exeter, all based on the foundation of solid forward play and a great set piece. There was a little spark of magic to get Hartpury back into the game in the first half, and they're going to need exactly the same in the second half of this BUCS Super Rugby match presented by Yoti. That Agnew catch and surge certainly looked like it could be the catalyst. Exeter have made a change in the front row. George Gosling replaced at hooker by Callum Young. Gosling's line-out throwing absolutely impeccable. Landed 100%. Hooking up with Simon Lindsall, and Luke Pierre-Rioux, the number 6, getting in on the action as well. Rory Lorimer in the back row there, with the strapping on his head, and his wrist has also made his way on. And Sam Leahy, wearing number 22, just crept into your shot as well. So the changes come in thick and fast. The scrum half change as well. Aaron Bagwell. Ed Hutchins had a fantastic 60 minutes. Aaron Bagwell will add a new dimension though. He's one of the Exeter players that was chosen for the England students training squad, and this is the first touch for him. Kieran Kelly receives it. There goes Mboge, looking to come from deep to breach the line once again, but he's brought down. Jack Roos turned to take that one and got a shot in the kidneys for his troubles. Chance of a turnover here. Harry Agnew gets his hands on the ball, and in that luminous scrum cap, what an impact he's had. Des Merry carries it forward. Angus Southen. little bit loose from Hartpury, but Faulkner takes it up to the halfway line. Agnew with the carry this time. Nearly got turned over there by Rory Lorimer. This time Hartpury put boot to ball, looking for the corner. There's no winger home and they get some territory. Well, even the referee's assistants have got the gloves on this evening. Bitterly cold here at Hartpury. Bagwell searches for it. Flat box kick. A little bit of footballing skills there from Akeel Smith. Just manages to scramble it back, though did well in the end. That showed a good turn of pace to get his hands on that ball. Show and go from Carpenter up over the halfway line. Holden. Oh, lovely ball inside there. The forwards hooking up. It was Clementson to Southen. Clementson surging forward. Real power there from the open side flanker. Perhaps a chance here for Hartpury. Out to Akeel Smith. Little goose step from him and he's bundled into touch on the far side. Wasn't quite enough space on the outside. But with those long rangy steps, gets up to top speed so quickly. Exeter aware of the danger and it was snuffed out by Himbury. And Bagwell, the replacement scrum half, but Hartpury, a little bit of territory. Of course, the scoreline a little more than 2 converted tries. So if they're going to get something from this game, they really need to put their foot on the gas, and that's exactly what they want to do. Leeming chips for the corner. It's going to be a line out on the 5-metre line. Will Crane there's at the frontier shot. Wearing number 17 in the headband. He's another of the front row substitutes. So a lot of fresh faces joining the game for the final 20 minutes. The finishers, as they're called these days. Got a lot of work to do, but this could be an opportunity to get something from this match for Hartpury. Of course, we mentioned it enough times this evening, but 3 wins in a row going into this match for the first time this season. Before that, it was 2 defeats. Away to Bath and at home to Leeds Beckett. Both of those close, 24-22 and 23-25 respectively. Well, that's good ball to the back of the line out. They get bodies there as well towards the try line. The referee likes it. Hartpury like it too. And there's still life in this one yet. 63 minutes on the clock. Hartpury 15, Exeter 26. The catch and drive has worked so well for both teams in this match, but this time Hartpury go to the back of the line and put some real pace on it. It's gathered so well, so quickly. Exeter with no time to respond whatsoever. And that's the second try of the match for Hartpury. The gap now 11 points. 15-26. And this an important kick for Leeming. Well, Tom Everard doing a fantastic job there to peel around and leave the Exeter defence flat-footed. The conversion driven through the uprights. And Hartpury responds 17-26. 15 minutes, well just over 15 minutes remaining of this BUCS Super Rugby match presented by Yoti. In the first half, Exeter grabbed 2 tries. Hartpury responded with one of their own. Exactly the same, almost to the minute, has happened in the second half. And now Hartpury need to turn the screw, and that is fantastic work from Everard. Straight off the back of scoring that try, he bumps through 2 tackles, and Max Clementson surges into the Exeter half. The first time that Exeter defence has really been opened up. Hartpury now need level heads as Victor Pisano makes his way forward. He's just come onto the pitch as well, so Hartpury, lots of fresh faces. They've emptied the bench here. Oh, Hagnew hit that line at pace, and he was stopped in his tracks by Will Cutbill. Dab to the corner from Leeming, looking to play the percentages, putting Ted Landry under pressure, and Landry clears for touch. Max Clementson was getting a bit of attention in midfield there. I don't think we've really made enough of how physical this match has been this evening, particularly in the forward packs. Huge collisions. It's been well directed by the playmakers. Ted Landry in your screen there. Exeter's top scorer, 85 points going into this evening. As Hartpury secure the line out. Of course, it was the line out that the last try came from. And here they go. Oh, that's an excellent tackle. Well, it certainly looked like it, but it's opened up instead. The tackle was incomplete, and Faulkner goes into the 22. It was an excellent collision, but the tackle left a bit to be desired. Lovely flat ball to Pisano, out to the winger, Akil Smith. He likes it. And the try has been awarded. What a fantastic finish from Smith. We've said how dangerous he was if given the space. And this match has turned on its head. 2 tries in quick succession for Hartpury, and the gap now just 4 points. Hartpury 22, Exeter 26. There was a huge collision on Faulkner, but he just rode it and surged into the 22. From then on, Exeter were on the back foot. Sam Leeming, lovely flat ball to Pisano, who finds the winger. Big tackle came in from Salam Bogi. He thought he'd done enough. His hands went onto his head. But the referee and his assistant were in a great position. They give the benefit of the doubt to the attacker, and the try was awarded. A fantastic try. It will have a ball game. And this, a difficult conversion from the touchline, but should it be successful, takes Hartpury to within a penalty or a drop goal of taking the lead. Here we go. Swings the right boot at it. It's a flat trajectory. And it's good. Had just enough legs. I think that wry smile on the face of Sam Leeming. He knows it wasn't the cleanest of strikes, but it is straight through the uprights. And it is a 2-point ball game. Hartpury 24, Exeter 26. Once again, these two teams delivering a fantastic match. Oh, a great... As I was saying, a great advert for rugby at this level. There comes the mistake from Leeming. Just off the back of a beautiful flat pass to set up the try, and a great conversion. He drops the kickoff, and Exeter once again have the chance to exert some pressure with that excellent set piece. A lot of their success in this match has been from slowing it down, playing it at the pace they want to. This is exactly what they're doing it now. Of course, we're going to have to pick a man of the match at some point. Strong performances from both teams. If you'd like to put a name in the hat, then tweet us using the hashtag BUCS Super Rugby. We'd love you to get involved on social media here in this BUCS Super Rugby match presented by Yoti. Certainly candidates on both sides. The captain Simon Linsill, 2 tries of course from the second row of Exeter. Gosling adding to his fantastic try tally this season. James McRae, the number 8. That beautiful sidestep to give Exeter the advantage, and of course Ed Hochin, the scrum half, marshalled the troops around so well in the first half. For Hartpury, Tom Pashley had a great defensive first half at number 6. Tom Everard got the try. Some barnstorming work from him at 8. Luke Stratford as well. Both hookers on the score sheet today. Sam Leeming has marshalled the troops round from 10 fantastically, and he's added to his points total for the season too. So plenty to think about, and of course when the results in the balance like this, so difficult to pick a man of the match. Hartpury's top point scorer, Elias Caven, well, he's been quite quiet this evening, but it has been a match. Despite the brilliant running conditions, the pitch holding up well, not a lot of wind, and of course it being bone dry this time of year. The forwards have very much stolen the show this evening. A few of the backs out there just putting the ball through the hands, trying to stay warm, so important to do so. We always talk about staying warm. It is literally staying warm this evening. It's absolutely freezing here at Hartpury. The home team there, they've found a way to stay in this match. They spent long periods on the back foot. They've had to absorb a lot of pressure inside their own 22. Exeter been pretty flawless in terms of their set piece and their forward pack. However, it's amazing what momentum can do. It's not been the best of seasons for a team who'd have been expecting to be quite dominant at this level. It started with 4 defeats. The first match was away at Loughborough. Of course, that's been a rivalry that's not just followed them through university rugby, but through the national leagues as well. Loughborough and the Trailblazers, the first university team to get international one, but since then Hartpury have gone to the next level. Undefeated in that National League season, and now holding their own in the division above. First match of the season was a defeat in Loughborough. In fact, we brought that match to you live as part of the BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti programme. We'll be bringing you at least 1 match a week, 2 this week of course, with Team Northumbria versus Bath on the Friday, all the way up to the Twickenham final. And what an occasion that is. If you're not going to join us watching live online, then it's certainly worth getting a ticket and going to experience it there at HQ. Hartpury fell 36-15 to Loughborough. They got 5,000 people there. That was a record crowd for a BUCS Super Rugby match that of course was at the Twickenham final. That was followed by a defeat here to Cardiff Met, 22-15, and then the third match of the season they travelled to Exeter. And last year's runners-up were victorious, 41 points to 32. What a match that was. And then it went from bad to worse. Northumbria defeated them here 26 points to 12. The first victory of the season came against Nottingham Trent away, travelling to the East Midlands, 52-12. It's been a tough season for Nottingham Trent. Their debut season at this level in BUCS Super Rugby. They were promoted to this level after a comfortable victory over Bristol. They racked up over 100 points over 2 legs. This is the second season of this competition, of course. It was Super 8s last year, 9 teams in it this year. And the winner of the Premier North versus Premier South playoff will join it to make it a Super 10 for next season. The victory over Trent was followed by defeats against Leeds, Beckett and Bath, 23-35 and 24-22 respectively, but then something changed. Victory over Durham, 25-23, victory over Loughborough, 15-7, then victory over Cardiff Met, 29-19, avenging those defeats that came in the first half of the season, which leave them 7th in the league. However, if they can gather momentum, nobody will want to draw them in the playoffs. We're back underway here. Exeter, just the 2 defeats for them. Northumbria away and Leeds Beckett away. Other than that, it's been victories against Durham, Trent, Loughborough, Cardiff Met, Bath, Hartpury, and then Trent, Durham and Northumbria at the beginning of the season as well. With defeat in the final last season and victory in the final the year before, they are very much the benchmark for University Rugby as it stands. And at the moment they have a 2-point lead here, but this is the most pressure they've been under on the scoreboard. But here is the opportunity to maybe put the game out of sight, back into the 22. Blandford takes it forward. McRae, the try scorer, loitering with intent, and he's the first to arrive at the breakdown. Oh, he takes it in, but he's driven back, James McRae. England students number 8. A real thorn in the side of Hartpury, who seem to have found a bit of extra zip in terms of these collisions. Simon Linsell carries it forward. Bagwell, the replacement scrum half, gives it to McRae, receives the ball in a similar position to that he scored the try from early in the second half. Exeter put in some width on it now, but it's a little bit static. Tom Thorne brought down. Bagwell's there. Oh, that's well gathered there by Rouse, the big man getting down to pick it off his toes. Jack Strong smashed back there by Mike Daniels. Inside the final 10 minutes, but remember our clock just an estimation. We had that fairly lengthy break in play there, so we'll be relying on the referee for the timing. Slow ball but patient build up from Exeter here. McRae, Jack Rouse has been the epitome of the engine room today for Exeter. So many carries, the unglorious work. Blandford takes it into the 22, and Hartpury have absorbed the pressure and they've won the penalty. Celebrations from the forward pack as well. They really are a united unit. One of the things that strikes you when you come down to this particular part of the rugby world is that they're very much all in it together. Usually 4 teams play on a Wednesday, as well as the successful team on the Saturday too. They're competitive in women's competitions and the Ace and 7 circuits. No wonder it's such a impressive and enticing destination for young rugby players. Let's have another look at this again. The pressure came in from the substitute, Tom Hurd. The ball wasn't released. That's excellent work from the front rower. Got his hands on it, forced the mistake. And now Hartpury have the ball in hand. Is there a sting in the tail here for Exeter? Good work from the forward pack here. Desmary puts his head up and surveys what's in front of him. Referee having a good look at this. Hopefully he can see more than we can. The ball back with Hartpury. Tom Everard puts his head down. Clementson does the same. Oh, a little fumble there, but thankfully gathered from a Hartpury perspective. Clementson again. Industrious open side. Oh, lovely line there. Victor Pisano, not quite quite able to break through, but had a good show of intent from him. Good lift there from Exeter. Just stopping Hartpury in their tracks for the time being, but this time it's their turn to build as Angus Southern just pushes Max Clementson into the contact zone there. Akil Smith gets turned over. That's a great rip there. It was Sam Leahy from Exeter. Akil Smith nonchalant into the contact zone. Leahy got a good firm arm on that, and that's a lot of good hard patient work from Hartpury, and lackadaisical moment there from the try scoring left winger. A lot of distance on that box kick. It's come back Hartpury's way though. It wasn't a clean catch. Bagwell was hoping to get something from that from an Exeter perspective, but now it's Hartpury's opportunity to attack again. Step inside, they're back into the 22 here, 2 points behind as we approach the final 5 minutes. Taken quickly by Ben George. Referee playing advantage, and nothing coming from it. Well, this is the chance for Hartpury. And having gone for the corner and gone for the corner and gone for the corner, do they now go for the posts to take the lead for the first time in the match? Max Clementson is down there receiving some attention. He really has had a busy 75 minutes. Exactly what you want from your open side flanker. Well, with the match in the balance like this, I'm going to have to choose a man of the match. So many stand-up candidates, but it's going to have to be the Exeter captain, Simon Linsell. He's been fantastic in the line-out. He's got himself 2 tries as well. And he's worked his socks off around the park. Chosen for England students. He's having a brilliant season and his team are top of the league, and he's walking away today with the Man of the Match award here at this BUCS Super Rugby match presented by Yoti. However, will his team be walking away with the victory? They've never trailed in this match. However, Hartpury, having looked down and out at 2 points in this match, they looked like they were going to get blown away in the first half, but they found a way to hold on. They conceded 2 quick tries in the second. But now, as we approach the final 5 minutes, they're 2 points behind. With the ball in possession, 10 metres from the Exeter line. And they're going for the corner. Well, 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 the chance to kick themselves into the lead has been turned down in favour of going for the 5-pointer. Huge statement of intent here for the defending champions. Tom Hurd. Oh, that looked nasty. Some legs went over there. In fact, the man of the match, Simon Linsell's down. Hopefully it's not too serious. It looks as though Exeter have turned the ball over, and they have. Well, that line-out steal has almost vindicated the man of the match performance in itself. The danger not quite over and not quite clear, but that is a huge step towards it. That's well kept in though by Victor Pisano, or is it? Foot on the line. The official there in a perfect position, and he was quick to get the flag up as well. Look, for a second though, Pisano with just enough to keep the ball in. But there is your man of the match. He goes up and secures another ball. Flawless in the set piece. Imperious from the big man in the engine room. But now Hartpury have turned it over. There could be a sting in the tail yet. Well, we hope this one wouldn't disappoint. The last two encounters between these have been absolute thrillers, and this is no different. Just 2 points in it. Hartpury knocking at the door. Tom Hurd approaches the 22. He's brought down by Jack Strong. Harry Agnew. He's had a busy little cameo, hard to miss in that high-vis scrum cap. Well, it's all a bit static from Hartpury, however. All it takes is one missed tackle, one moment of magic, and the most important thing is they have the ball inside the 22. Big collision there from Rory Lorimer. Carried again towards the 22. Harry Agnew reaches out that left hand and finds the deck. That's good ball as well. 15 metres out from the line, Tom Hurd. The ball's come out. Has it come out legally? No, says the referee. It's Rory Lorimer there. You can see him breathing heavily. It's hard graft out there. Sucking in the oxygen, desperate to ebb down the seconds. But the referee spotting an infringement. We're going to have a scrum. And this will free up a little bit of space for Hartpury here. Akeel Smith, the try scorer, makes his way out to the left wing. Victor Pisano out there as well. Malik Holden, he's joining the line in those pink boots. He's got 5 tries in BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti this season. And this is a huge opportunity for Hartpury. They've trailed the entire match. And just to add to the drama, the scrum's going to be reset. Simon Linsell there, as soon as he was up off his knees, was talking to the referee. Big moment here. Not necessarily in terms of the league table. Exeter will remain top even if they do get defeated here, but it will mean the Hartpury machine will be well and truly rolling with 4 victories in a row, including the scalp of the top of the league that only Northumbria and Leeds Beckett have claimed so far. It's a scrappy scrum, but it's a penalty to Hartpury. Surely they'll go for the sticks this time. Malik Holden thinks so, he's pointing to them. They have to. With just moments to go, this could be the kick that wins the match, but there still hasn't been a decision. Big pressure there coming in on the left hand side. It's Will Crane, the substitute, doing the hard work. And they are going to go for the sticks. Well, 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 what a moment this would be. Exeter have led 12-0. That lead was cut to 12-10. They led 26-10, and that lead has been cut to 26-24. Now, our clock has gone red. However, remember, our clock is just an approximation, so that does not necessarily mean this is the final kick of the game. What it is a penalty kick that Elias Caven, the top scorer for Hartpury in the competition, will take to put Hartpury into the lead for the first time in the match. The crowd like it, he likes it, and the officials like it. Hartpury lead 27-26. What an advert for BUCS Super Rugby presented by Yoti this has been. I accused him of having a quiet match earlier, but that could be the most telling contribution of them all. The right boot of Elias Caven strikes the ball through the uprights, and it's 27-26. It's advantage Hartpury as well. That's been knocked on, and that's full time. Look at that reaction. Harry Agnew in that luminous yellow scrum cap screams with delight. What an impact he had. Tom Pashley makes his way back onto the pitch as well. He had a brilliant first half. And Hartpury make it 4 wins in a row. That is a league-leading run of victories. Exeter a handed defeat for just the 3rd time this season in BUCS Super Rugby, presented by Yoti, and that is the full-time score. Hartpury 27, Exeter 6, and another absolute thriller. This division continues to impress week on week. Well, that'll be a disappointing one for Exeter. They were marvellous for huge periods of that match, led around the park by Ed Hooch in the scrum half and led by the captain Simon Linsell. He got 2 tries, he was flawless in the set piece. They came here with a game plan and they executed it for long periods. However, Hartpury showed exactly why they're so dangerous and exactly why they've been so successful. So many levels of rugby. See the reaction there. There are hands on heads and hands on hips from Exeter players. An absolute jubilation, a brilliant crowd here. In fact, they had a great view of that ball going through the uprights, the final penalty as well. 27-26, 4 tries for Exeter, 3 for Hartpury. And another brilliant match in BUCS Super Rugby. It allowed Robbie Faulkner to surge into the 22. There was a little bit of controversy over this one. It was a lovely ball from Pisano to find Akil Smith. Exeter thought he'd found the corner flag, but the officials decided that he'd done enough to dab the ball down. It was well done by the 13 there. Lovely flat ball to find Pisano, who fixed the defender. And it was a really athletic finish as well. Akil Smith, so much National League experience. And that was the reaction. It was a right boot of a penalty from the top scorer Elias Caven to make it 27-26, and that is how it stayed. We're now ready to go pitch side with Joe. Well, we're not going to be going pitch side just yet. Joe's going to be looking to find somebody to interview because there's just so much to talk about. I awarded the man of the match to Simon Linsell just when I wasn't sure whether that he turned over another line out. He's exactly what you want from a second row forward, a brilliant leader. But there were so many candidates as well. In the first half, Tom Pashley, Luke Stratford were real thorns in the side of Exeter in that pack. Malik Holden, in fact both 15s looked dangerous with ball in hand. Salam Bogey for Exeter had a couple of lovely breaks that looked as though they could lead to tries. Of course, on Bogey represented Worcester Warriors in the Anglo-Welsh last week. Just shows the quality in this division. Players dropping down from National League and sometimes even Premiership and still being involved in competitive fixtures. Ted Landry carried on his good run of form. Sam Morley as well. In and Ed Hooch, the halfbacks for Exeter, did so well to control the match. Felix Madison and James McRae, the back rowers for Exeter as well. Both of those are in that England students train-on squad, along with Josh Peters, who was missing this evening. George Gosling, that's one they'll be talking about for a little while. Hartpury have been on the wrong end of a couple of close ones. That's 24-22 to Bath. However, beat Durham 25-23 and beat Loughborough in a low score of 15-7 as well. So they're used to grinding out these results. And as I mentioned, I don't think anybody is going to want to face them in the playoffs. They still sit 7th in the league. Plenty of action going on around the country this evening as well. Leeds Beckett hosting Loughborough. Durham and Cardiff met. Wow, another fantastic match. 15-17 there. And Leeds Beckett, well, 4th versus 5th in the league. Loughborough had a 2-point lead at half time, but Leeds Beckett have turned that around. Look at that for some competitive fixtures this evening. Durham 8th against 3rd, just 2 points in at 15-17. Hartpury up to 6th now in the league, 27-26. And Leeds Beckett 10-8 against Loughborough. Still Northumbria versus Bath to come. Make sure you join us Friday the 2nd. It's the first time we've brought you 2 matches in a week. We hope you join us for that. But before that, it's time to go pitch side with Joe.
Well, there's no two ways about it. We've been treated to a thrilling game here at Hartpury with Exeter. The victory stolen from them at the end of the game from a nerveless Elias Caven kick. We're here with the Exeter captain. An absolutely heartbreaking loss to you, Simon.
Yeah, gutting way to finish it. One of those scrums at the end. It went their way, and really gutting. But all credit to Hartpury. We said before the game, you can't look at their league position. They're a great outfit. They had a few sort of games that didn't go their way last term before Christmas, and we knew we couldn't underestimate them today, and I don't think we did. But all credit to them. They've got this ability to sort of find form at the right time of the season, and all credit to them. They did deserve their win. We sort of made too many mistakes out there, gave away too many penalties, and ultimately it cost us.
Well, both halves took a pretty similar fashion. You guys raced into a lead, and then Hartpury managed to claw back. You just couldn't find that uppercut to leave them on the canvas.
Yeah, it's something we've been saying all season. We haven't put in an 80-minute performance all season, and I think when we do, no one in this league can beat us. I think we've got that ability. But again, all credit to Hartpury. They stopped us getting that 80-minute performance. We come out, then they come back, and you never say die with Hartpury, and frustrating way to lose, and still searching for that 80-minute performance.
Okay, I know you guys just had a huddle on the pitch there. What was the chat? What's the conversation moving forward?
I don't know if you know Keith, but it was no one's died. It's not the end of the world. By the skin of our teeth, 2 losing bonus points, sort of still looking okay in the league, but that's sort of silver lining to a pretty dark cloud. But as I say, no one's died. We're back in training on Friday and work hard for another big game next week. Leeds at home, so there's no easy games in this league. So as I say, no one's died, but pretty gutting.
Well, very sorry for the loss, and this is going to taste very bittersweet. But you are our Yoti man of the match with 2 tries and an epic performance, but not getting the W.
No,
I'm sorry, Simon, but congratulations at the same time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Safe journey back.